I was kind of scared of it, and I was like, it's not really my thing. But I decided, why not? Why can't it be my thing? Growing up, I was really into dressing up and playing with Barbies and fashion. When I was about 7 or so, my mom gave me this fashion illustration book, and it's like a kid's trace around booklet, and it came with this mannequin that you could pose, trace, and then put your own fashion designs on it, which I thought was really fun to do as a kid. Actually, the date on it is 1959. It's an old booklet. What I love about this book, besides the fact that it's something to teach kids drawing thing, is that it gives advice about looking to fashion magazines and newspaper ads to draw inspiration from when you're making your designs. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, this is like a Barbie paper doll booklet I got. I'm totally into these are 60s outfits, and these were the Barbies that I grew up playing with. I had my mom and aunt's old Barbies with some of these original Barbie outfits, so I'm kind of in love with the paper doll. So I've always been really intrigued by fashion illustration and just fashion in general, and about a year ago I decided I was going to kind of learn it. And so I started following a bunch of fashion illustration accounts and designers to get inspiration from, but I never really started doing the fashion illustration that I wanted to do. I was always kind of scared of it, and I was like, it's not really my thing. But I decided, why not? Why can't it be my thing? I took the advice from this old fashion illustration booklet, and I started drawing out of the ads that I got in the mail. A North Face catalog, ModCloth, Tom, a real simple magazine from my mom. So you can go get your mom's old magazines, find the makeup ads or random, this is a thing, a style thing about polka dots. It's got some cool models in it, so you can use anything really. But I did start getting Vogue. I had a Marie Claire, another Vogue. I've started drawing out of some of these bigger name actual fashion magazines to get designs from and poses, models. And honestly, some of my favorite ads are like this is Vogue, but this H&M ad, no fancy outfits or anything, but it gives a good body shot of these ladies, so I like it. So I do want to get into a little bit of drawing demonstration, but I've bookmarked some pages in here that I want to look through and do some drawings from. So we'll do some quick sketches and see how that goes. So this is the image I want to use. It's from the March 2018 issue of Vogue. And it's an Alice and Olivia advertisement. I really love the pose of this lady. I'm not really a fan of the little shopping basket, so I might pull in some of the arm details from this lady to kind of rearrange that a little bit. So we will go ahead and get started. So initially you just want to do basic sketches, just get the basic shape down, and I use a really it's a 2H pencil, just a general sketching pencil. And it helps me to kind of block out where the shapes go for her arms and her legs that are going to be underneath this skirt, but you still need to know how it's going to fall on her limbs. So if you can see, it's a very light sketch. And so next I'm just going to go in with my marker and kind of define some of the lines. This is a Prismacolor Premier in black, and it has the brush tip and then just a solid drawing tip. Alright, so I'm going to be using the brush tip. And just going to go in, do some basic lines. And kind of my natural tendency with a marker is to be very careful about where my marks go because it's permanent, and you kind of gotta just be bold and put the lines where they're gonna be. And kind of what I love about fashion illustration is that the proportions are different than regular portraiture drawing, figure drawing, and you can kind of elongate. The figures are definitely more elongated, taller, and you can kind of play with that and not be so serious about exactly every mark being perfectly proportional, and kind of work with your own style. Alright, let's see if we can find another one. Okay, so I found this one in ModCloth, and I think I'm going to do a sketch of her. I really liked that pose and the outfit. It's a good combination of being able to see exactly where her limbs are and also kind of having a cute flowy dress on. And again, we'll just do the basic shapes where her limbs are, kind of block that in. Yeah, her head's turned up. And again, this is just really rough, not anything too defined or perfect or proportionate, or just sketching it out. So that's kind of the basic outline, rough where everything goes. Let's go in with our trusty brush marker. So I think what I'm going to do next is go in and put a little color, and we'll see how that works. Okay, I have returned with my super messy gouache palette. And if you're not familiar with gouache, it's very similar to watercolor in how it reacts and how you can use it with water, and you can change the opacity of it, but it is pretty opaque. You can get a really strong mark with it, and layer it, which is what I love about it. So we are going to use that today. I really loved the red in this top, so we're gonna try to do some red in there. And this is just basic drawing paper. It's not any kind of special watercolor paper. It's just paper, so it's not gonna hold the paint super well. But these are just rough sketches for practice. So that's all that we're worried about, is practice at the moment. So just doing a quick fill in there, and kind of more saturated where the shadows would be, the edges. Let's see, this is like a yellow ochre color. And just a basic wash is what I'm putting down, just to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of depth. And I don't know if you can see all the pencil lines there still. If I wanted to clean this up more, I could go back in and erase those once this dries. But it's not that big of a deal. Oh, I also might put a little bit of shadowing here under her chin, arms. Okay, that's pretty basic for her. We might do some touch-ups in a minute, but let's go over to this friend. Her pose needs something to help ground it. We'll do a blue. Kind of tone down a little bit. It's all just about practicing, experimenting, seeing what works, what doesn't work. A lot of saying what doesn't work. But that's just as important as what does work, so. So once again, nothing perfect, nothing too refined or super professional, but just fun sketches, something quick, something for practice. I don't know, I kind of love it. It's fun to do. It's fun to experiment with all these different fashions that are big, expensive, huge names in a way where you don't actually have to buy the outfits or spend money. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments about fashion illustration. Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And check me out on Instagram. You can see a lot of my other fashion illustrations and portraits and all kinds of cool stuff there. It's at Laura Skinner Art. And I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye!